And here to talk Random Rec, welcome Cole the Man.
Thanks for having me on, guys. First time ever on 2K TV. It's an honor. I appreciate you guys.
I love it. Now, you've been so involved with the community, whether it's making builds, creating content, but I have to tell you, it is very, very admirable of you to jump into Random Rec solo and try to teach the 2K community. So let's start here. What is it about Random Rec that you really
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Basketball's biggest stage, the NBA Finals. It begins here, and 2K Sports is happy to bring it to you. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Then it's Jones. And there's Jackson. And it's Sears in at the point. And for Denver, we've got Murray. Also Mr. Clutch out there. Jokic is out there with Brooks. And it's Holmes in at the power forward position. You look at the Bucks. This is it. Their whole season. All their effort. All their energy to get them here. The finals.
And I'm sure the feeling in their locker room was different today. That finals atmosphere is unlike anything else. This is what it's all about.
Another three that time. A beautiful shot from Mr. Clutch.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Sears. Driving the lane, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Bucks ball. Shot clock at 6, and stolen by Murray. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
There's Murray just making easy work of that transition opportunity.
Doubled by Murray. Here's Turner. Here's Giannis. Holmes with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And that one's good. Brooks.
Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, I spoke with the head coach for the Nuggets. Giannis was the topic of our conversation, and Coach said after a deep breath, I mean, there's no need to exhaust yourself over how to stop Giannis. He's going to leave his mark on the floor. We just have to deploy something to mute his production a little bit. They've definitely got their hands full trying to slow one of the game's best. Back over to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo makes it off the glass.
Yeah, Giannis is a big man. One that can gobble up those boards and make you pay.
Got that one up quick. And that's now 6. Points for Mr. Clutch.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Inside, stolen away. Brooks down low, working on Jones.
And the toughness of Brooks on display, not fearing contact when he's looking to score inside.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Here's Sears. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Now here's Turner. Over Jokic. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender. Right in your face. On that shot.
Well, good footwork, good assertiveness, able to put a ton of pressure on the shooter.
And yes, it's good.
Well, at almost 7 feet tall, Turner is more than capable of scoring inside, especially when he goes up with confidence.
And he's good on the three ball.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Outside Jackson. From 13, that one wide left.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Joe Good.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
A new lineup here for the Bucks. Portis finds Robinson. Wesley against Schroeder. Tries it from 9. Robinson passes to Rollins.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And Brown pulls it down. To the middle. Here's Joe. And the layup's good off the glass. And that's 13 points for Mr. Clutch.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
Here's Portis to the inside to end the run. Shots good by Wesley.
Look, Portis isn't asked to do a lot of facilitating, so the assist there is just an added bonus.
Here's Joe. Nailed from three-point land. Joe's got 16.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Wesley. No good that time. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Joe Good.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Rollins. Covered by Joe. Rollins the pass to Trent. Off the mark there with a three-point shot.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And you couldn't draw it up any better offensively. 8 buckets already in his first 10 attempts.
Over to the wing. Here's Rollins, and it goes down 2 points.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And it goes through once again. Nice hit there from Mr. Clutch.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Rollins. Milwaukee the rebound.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time for more of the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. What a time of year. And a very convincing performance from the Nuggets so far.
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
On the court for the Bucks, Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. And there's Jackson, then it's Jones, and it's Sears in at the point guard.
And he is a load inside. Turner can back anybody down to get to his sweet spot.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Giannis outside. And it's Denver with the rebound. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against Dallas just played phenomenal. He dropped an amazing number of...
Just a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4-7 from the foul line tonight.
Rollins. One shot.
Free throw drops for Rollins.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Fires from deep, and he nails the three. Nice shot from beyond the arc there for Mr. Clutch.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Rollins against Simmons. Here's Rollins. 6 points for him. Just 3 to shoot. Trent outside. No good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 32 points for Mr. Clutch.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Robinson up top. To the paint. Here's Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Plenty of power behind that move from Portis. He likes hammering it down with as much authority as possible.
Now, Joe. He's got 32. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Joe's got 13 points in just this quarter.
And, guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with the shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Mr. Clutch, also Jamal Murray out there. Brooks is out there with Jokic, and it's Holmes in at the 4 spot. That's the group that David Adelman's going out there with to start the second half. Pass to Joe. The 10-footer. They get it back. The shot's good.
Staying active. Jokic is one of the best offensive rebounders in the game.
Here's Sears. He's covered by Murray. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And now let's give you a look at the players who have stood out at taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. You look at Joe, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, several spots down.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
Joe, good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Down low, here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Joe passes to Brooks. And he uses the glass on the way. Joe's got 42 in the game.
Huge night for him. I love how he's searching for his shot attempts, trying to carry them to the finish line.
Antetokounmpo. And the shot goes in.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Over Jackson. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Jackson, the three. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
What a block. You have to admire Giannis's willingness to challenge shots at the rim.
Here's Sears. He's covered by Murray. Floats it up for Giannis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Assisted by
Great timing.
Sears.
Giannis able to complete the oop.
And he gets it to go. Joe's got 46 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Jackson. No good on the three. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. He's 75% clip.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Knocked loose. To the paint. Here's Murray. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Look, we've come to expect this from Murray. He has a knack for hitting tough shots.
Out to the right wing. Here's Sears. Giannis inside. Covered by Joe. Antetokounmpo, no good. And he lays it straight in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
He got it again. Sensational.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. To the inside. And Giannis throws it down.
That's too easy for Antetokounmpo. This team's going to have to push him further from the basket.
Here's Joe. And got it. Another basket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Here's Sears. He's covered by Murray. Jackson misses.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Joe. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, Jokic, one of the league leaders in offensive rebounding throughout his career.
Milwaukee has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Sears. He's covered by Murray. Sears' shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Joe, good.
Teammates benefit so much from playing with Jokic. He draws all the attention, then sets you up for the score.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
First team foul.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Sears.
And he makes it first. Both shots good from the stripe. Denver's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And good! He hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Trent passes to Portis. And no good. Some solid defense there from Mr. Clutch. Jokic finds Joe. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Denver. Joe. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And Joe drops them both. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the triple. No good. And so it's Denver, able to put on a show for the ages. It seems like nothing they do can go wrong as they string together one successful possession after another and are simply running away with this one. Right back after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Gary Trent is out there with Portis. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Wesley. In at the 1 spot.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch.
Second team foul.
That's his first foul.
Milwaukee
Rollins checked in
substitution.
for Milwaukee.
Rollins.
On defense, Denver. Sears' shot is off.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Joe, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch.
Second personal. Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Lets it go with a 3. And the 3 is knocked down. Deep ball good and a nice shot from Mr. Clutch.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Out to Turner. Inside, 5 to shoot. Trent gets the bucket.
Loving the skill Trent has inside. Just finding a crack in the armor to get the bucket.
Launches it. Again, what an avalanche! 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
Here's Joe. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Portis. Turner inside. Watson's there. The shot by Turner no good. Denver's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Joe, good.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Jackson finds Portis. Back to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Outside Portis. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Christian Brown comes in for Peyton Watson. The Nuggets have gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. Joe can't get it to go. Bucks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Trent. Good on the short little jump shot.
Trent Jr.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And he trains the three. Good-looking shot there from Mr. Clutch.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down,
2 minutes
you might as well keep riding.
2 minutes.
There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. And the three ball is good.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Brown, the pass to Joe. Yet another bucket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's Rollins. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And guys, you can go ahead and put game one in the record books exactly how they wanted to kick off this series against a tremendous opponent. Big win for the Nuggets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
They're certainly starting the finals off on the right foot, and this will be a comfortable win for them in Game 1.
Yeah, this was a statement game, and what a time to make it. I'm sure it's going to get tougher for this group, but they won't be able to just run away with the championship. But tonight, they clearly established themselves as the stronger team early in this series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Mr. Clutch.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Stolen by Brooks.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
It's Trent on the wing. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Denver calls timeout. They're in front. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
And the game pretty much over. Curious timeout here.
Well, they could be trying to just make a change just so their subs can close this game out.
And now we'll take a moment for our presentation of our player of the game, Mr. Clutch.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
What a way to start the series. If this game is any indication, he's going to be an unstoppable force the next few games. From deep. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
So that's a wrap for the first game of the NBA Finals. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us.
To watch, so that's why I do it.
Okay, and tell us about some tips that you have for people going into Random Rec.
So I can really only speak on, people who play point guard mainly going into Random Rec. Now, when you go into Random Rec on a point guard build, the main thing that I would say is to be aggressive, but also in the first quarter, definitely be some like a playmaker, or pass first type of point guard, because you want to get your team involved immediately. When you're taking the ball up the court, have your icons pulled up at all times. If you have your icons pulled up while you're dribbling the ball up the court, you can hit your teammates quick. Sometimes they'll even cut back door, and since you have your icons pulled up, you can hit them for a quick little bucket. As a point guard, if you make a couple bad decisions, you're going to be iced out immediately. So be pass first, be unselfish, and that's the best way to do it as a point guard.
What kind of communication tips would you give to people who are jumping into Random Rec? Because sometimes you'll get teammates that maybe
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The NBA playoffs continue. Just 2 teams remain. They are battling their way toward this title. Game 2 of the finals. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Then it's Jones. Then it's Gary Trent. And it's Sears in at point. And for the Nuggets, we've got Murray. Also, Mr. Clutch out there. Jokic is out there with Brooks. And it's Holmes in at the 4 spot. Taking a look at Milwaukee. So we know Game 1 didn't go their way, but they've shown resilience on their journey to the finals.
A 7-game series is a chess match of adjustments. They're down now, but they'll be a completely different team tonight. The only question is, will it be enough to stave off an 0-2 start? And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
To the middle. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Murray finds Joe. Takes a 3. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one. Down low, here's Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
Joe Good.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Good work defensively by Holmes.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Shot from 12. Another shot, and Jokic lays it up and in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Now here's Turner. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Trent with the wide open look. Gets an open look and hits. Trent's got 6.
Really confident in his mechanics. They're efficient. No wasted motion. All Trent Jr. needed was the rock. Boy, he's been a monster this quarter. Carrying the load for sure.
Bucks trail by 7. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Denver. Coach reminded his guys that Giannis is one of the most dangerous players out there. He told his forwards that anytime he takes 2 steps, they'll need to impose their will to limit momentum. He said, quote, "If we're intimidated, we've already lost. Step up and deny his path." Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Stripped away. Driving in. Joe Good.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
To the paint. A second chance effort. Denver grabs the miss. They're feeling confident after Tuesday's big win.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Here's Sears after the made shot from Mr. Clutch. Inside, Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Brooks.
Bucks ball. Substitution on the court.
.131 left to play here in the first. Goes back up. And it's Robinson with the bucket inside.
Robinson knows his strength and great value is on the offensive glass. Got himself a hoop that time, too.
Joe Good.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Joe can't get it to go.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
New lineup here for the Nuggets. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And Milwaukee. Looking at who they've got. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Jones. And it's Sears in at the point.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Here's Sears. Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Holmes. Oh, and Giannis puts it right back in.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
And, you know, defense isn't done until you finish it off with the rebound. It's like the period at the end of a sentence. That's where they have to improve.
And so it's Milwaukee now. After the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. That one falls. Jones has got his first points in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now here's Jackson. Back to Antetokounmpo. Turner trying to free himself up. Good on that shot. And with that, the Nugget lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Antetokounmpo. And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he made a significant contribution from beyond the arc, as usual. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Here's Sears following the score by Jamal Murray. Unable to get that one. Here's Joe. The rebound by Turner.
That one hurts. Point blank range, you've got to capitalize on it.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Smothers checked in. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, once he gets on a roll, there isn't a lot you can do to slow him down.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Jones. Pass to Trent. Here's Turner. Pocket 6. Trent can't hit.
He converts those at a high rate, but not that time.
Here's Joe. And again, it's the Nuggets from deep.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
Well, they have one thing to talk about. How do we stop this guy from knocking down threes?
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Simmons checked in for Jokic. And it's Peyton Watson in for Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And here is Wesley following the 3 from Mr. Clutch. Rollins with the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Wesley with the ball. Scoreless thus far. Robinson passes to Wesley. Over Murray. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Substitution for your Nuggets. Bron Bates.
There's 25 seconds left in the first half. Here's Joe. And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Here's Trent, and he converts the layup. Trent's got 4 this quarter.
When Gary Trent Jr. puts it all together, this is the kind of night he has.
Here's Joe, and the Nuggets hit again from deep.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
And so it's Denver, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24. And we're back with you as these two teams do battle in their quest for an NBA championship. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Jamal Murray is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Brooks. And it's Holmes in at the 4. That's the group on the 4 for Denver. And here's Giannis. After the three-pointer from Mr. Clutch. Trent gets the bucket.
How about the work inside that time by Trent Jr.? Just taking what the defense gives him.
Murray the pass to Joe. From past the arc. Another one goes. Incredible.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Joe's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's been terrific offensively. You can bet they'll feed him down the stretch. That's for sure.
To the inside. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Good on the three-point shot. 66 points for Mr. Clutch.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Another 3 for Denver.
This is what they were hoping to get from him tonight. Solid performance.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Inside, here's Trent, and he slams it one-handed.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Good, another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Outside Turner. Pass to Sears. Back to Turner. And he makes that one.
Miles Turner.
Turner's got his second bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch.
Joe.
And that'll be his third foul so far. Denver making a switch here. Struthers checked in. Jackson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Another steal. Here's Joe. Another bucket. Whoa! And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Pass to Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal
For Milwaukee, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier.
Substitution
Second attempt at the line tonight.
At the line for your Nuggets, Dennis Schroeder, shooting 1.
Boy, the shifty, quick-footed Schroeder is a great weapon to have. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he's a very effective player.
And he drills it. Beautiful release there from Mr. Clutch.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. On the court for the Bucks, Antetokounmpo out there with Gary Trent. Then there's Rollins. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Wesley in at the 1.
With the threat of his drive where he's lethal, the defense has to live with Giannis shooting the mid-range jump shot.
Joe Good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. That is good offense, unselfish play.
Here's Joe. And again, it's the Nuggets from deep.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Robinson passes to Rollins. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
What more can he do? I mean, my goodness, it's certainly his night.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense. Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Robinson against Valanciunas. Here's Trent. Tips it up, and Robinson is right there.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Pass to Joe. There's the 3, and the Nuggets hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
To the paint, here's Trent, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Assist from.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Puts up a deep 3, and again.
And he now owns 3rd place for most points in a playoff game.
An incredible game, no doubt. Nothing can slow him down. Leans inside. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Takes so much work to keep Giannis off the glass. He's got that great length and athleticism.
And again for 3.
What can you say? Wow, he's done it. The most three-point makes in NBA playoff history.
Oh, an incredible achievement. One that will surely be celebrated around the world.
And after catching their breath, this crowd now showering him with a well-deserved applause.
Well, GA, he's put on a shooting clinic for sure. One of the best we've seen in playoff history.
That basket has to look as wide as a swimming pool for him right now, because he is splashing in every 3 he takes.
And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Mr. Clutch.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Rally chose the biggest.
Out of bounds. Whose ball? Fans, please turn your attention to the Jumbotron as a record has been broken. Ladies and gentlemen, your new three-pointers made record.
Nuggets have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul.
Ben
That is
Simmons.
his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Here's Rollins, makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
You know, one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out.
2
He's
minutes
got that
remaining
down
in the
pat.
game. 2 minutes.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Here's Giannis. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Pass to Wesley. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the triple. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Denver. Here's Joe. Good. That's another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Giannis dishes to Robinson. Bucks passing it around. Jacks up a 3. Milwaukee the rebound.
And the offensive rebounding really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
And that'll wrap it up for this game 2 of the NBA Finals. This is the type of win that should inspire a ton of confidence and momentum for the Nuggets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to the NBA Finals. Once they close this win out, they'll be sitting on a pretty good 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, and obviously that's the perfect position to be in. They don't need to do anything differently in the next couple of games if they just continue to play their brand of basketball and don't get distracted. They'll be lifting that trophy in a few days.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night to connect again.
And that bucket looks as wide as the Pacific Ocean. He just can't miss.
A phenomenal offensive exhibition, and now he is tied the all-time scoring mark for points in a playoff game. Jackson has the open look and the miss.
Nuggets win! Nuggets win! Denver, 143. Bucks, 88. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out and supporting your team. Please make sure you get home safely, and we'll see you next time.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. And this win puts them squarely in the driver's seat in this series. Up now, Greg, 2-zip with all the momentum on their side.
I mean, in fantastic shape right now. If they can capitalize on this victory and win Game 3, you can just about put this series to bed.
You got it. That concludes Game 2 of the NBA Finals. So for Allie LaForce, to my colleagues here at